So, when I was younger, my eldest sister would watch me and my two other siblings. And, you know, as she is the eldest, she's just like, I have to babysit you, so we're gonna fucking watch whatever I want to fucking watch. And that would usually be horror films. As a result, as I got older, I got used to being scared, scary situations. I understand them. Every once in a while, I do get creeped out. Every once in a while in a horror film or what have you. I'm telling you this because I cannot tell you how fucking creeped out I have been while reading Blood on the Tracks. I have literally watched almost all of the Friday the 13th movies. I've watched almost all of the freaking Nightmare on Elm Street movies. So many goddamn horror films. So many, scary movies, shows, and what have you. I have seen a lot of them. But this shit right here has creeped me more out. Creeped me the fuck out more than any other of those fucking horror films. So, I want to talk about it. Hopefully by the end of this, you'll understand why I'm creeped out about this. So, let's get into this. Side note, I will be spoiling up to Volume 4 of the manga. If you have not read up to Volume 4 of the manga, please do not watch this. I would recommend you go out, read it, and then come back to this and get a good opinion about why I'm talking about this. So, yes. Different than my other manga talks because I usually don't spoil this, but I could not think of any other way to exactly articulate how fucking creepy this is. So, you have been warned. There have been spoilers. So, there. Yeah, so let's get back into this. Okay. Blood on the Tracks has been one of the few that I've actually been creeped the fuck out of. Ever reading or watching or consuming media-wise. It has... I have read up to Volume 4. I have Volume 5, and I will get to that maybe sometime this month or the beginning of next month. I want to stress to you guys that it is fucking absurdly stressful reading it. And it's a good read, but it's... Okay. I need to think of a good way to... I don't know how to fucking... Okay. Actually, I do. I do know the best way to talk about it. And that is going over how it excels greatly in the psychological horror that it is crafting. It is by far the best shit that I've ever read in psychological horror. Because I have read Junji Ito, I have read other things from Stephen King and all that. Junji Ito and him taking inspirations from Lovecraft. Lovecraft is essentially you are getting told from an unreliable narrator a cosmic sort of deal, and you know that there's no real coming out of that. Junji Ito's work, all the fucking people that are in those, it's not good. They're not going to end peacefully for them. And as a result, it's more or less along the lines of his drawing and just watching this terrible, terrible thing unfold. Or any other things. With Blood on the Tracks, there's no supernatural element. It is quite literally a normal fucking people, just normal fucking people in this. And that is what makes it so much better. So, I have a few points that we'll go over how I think it excels in the suspense, the horror that it is being told. So, let me walk back on, and you know the drill. Blood on Tracks does it very, very well with certain points, and those points being the art style, the pacing, and certain choices that The mangaka, who is, I'm probably going to get this wrong, Shuzo Omoshi, Omi? I got it wrong, but it'll be up on screen. How they do this very, very well. The art style, one, is not like most, based off of the cover and specifically different, what's it called? It is so much more. Like, art style is definitely more realistic than other manga that you have read, or in the style of most other ones that you've read. As a result, it makes it more along the lines of the Uncanny Valley type deal, where you think that it's a little too close to real life, you know? Like, when you see those robots and you're just like, it's slightly uncomfortable. But because of that, and the fact that it is not anything supernatural, it is quite literally a story that is being told from the point of view of this 14-year-old kid who is Seiichi. The kid. I'm just gonna say the boy, the child, the teenager, who is 14 throughout this story, and it's only from his point of view as well. So, the art style, making it more realistic, making it less supernatural, has led this to become more along the lines of up in your face, just being real type deal. And then also, oh god, there's so much I want to fucking talk about this. Oh god. I'm not even gotten into if you've read it, you'll understand. So let me go off screen again. Besides having that more realistic point of view, then we also have the fucking fact that you don't actually have those inner thought bubbles. You know, in certain, best examples, shonen, more than often, they have fucking essay-long paragraphs explaining what the fuck is each of their special abilities, what they're doing, and how they're, splitting out. In Blood of the Tracks, there's no thought bubbles. You do not know the exact thoughts of every single fucking character. You do not know the exact thoughts of how the kid, Seiichi, gonna fucking mess that up, how his thought processes are in certain situations on the different events that are happening. All you get are really, at most, dreams that he has from the stress that is being thrust upon him, and as well as certain aspects that are happening. And then you also have the other characters. Seeing that you are in his point of view, the other characters, you don't know what they're thinking. All you have to go on is facial expressions, as well as body language and how they've acted up until that point. Because of that, and the more realistic parts of it, it makes it a very interesting take. When you are looking at the character, you are trying to piece together what they feel in that situation based off of how they are acting body language wise. Are they proud, happy, straight up, or are they sad, type deals? It makes it interesting as you try to piece together what are these characters thinking, who they feel like. It is quite literally a good thing. As a result, it also adds to the suspense. You don't know what this person's thinking in this situation, how they're going to react. You don't know the exact reasons why Seiichi acts the way he does. You don't know why he says the things he does. You don't know why his mother says the things that she does, because you do not have the inside, in her brain type deal where it's just spewing out. And that makes it so much more suspenseful. Also, a shorter read. I read volumes, if I were to time it wise, I feel like I read volumes 1 through 4 within, different days, but in total, I read them all within 40 minutes. About 10 minutes each. And that's alright. That's good. And I did not feel like it was rushed. The pacing within this story makes it so much fucking better. Going back off screen. Psychological horror is very, very based off of the pacing. The pacing needs to be good. You need to have enough pacing to build up the terror that you're supposed to be feeling, the uncomfortableness that you're supposed to be feeling. The uncomfortableness is where it comes from, the how the art is portrayed, as well as how the pacing is. You, in the first volume of the manga, I'm going to talk about the first couple of pages, but for up until the event happens, at the very end of volume 1 to the very, couple of pages, in between, nothing really happens that would tip you off to what may happen. You don't really understand what will happen. And that is what makes it so fucking interesting. And it's another reasons why the fucking suspense, the not knowing what is going to happen when that train that is coming down the tracks. I mean, there's no train, but you understand. As it goes down the tracks, and you see that it's about to go off the rails, you know it's going to. You know it's going to happen. You know that what is going to happen is going to be fucking terrible, but you have no way to stop it. And this is what brings me to the part that really settled in the creepiness of the Blood on the Tracks Volume 1 that made me so fucking uncomfortable while reading the first volume of Blood on the Tracks until that release and the shock. And that's the first couple of pages. I say the first couple of pages, but it's actually the first 6. The first 6 pages of Blood on the Track. Oh, reading those pages is like reading a... what's the best way to explain it? So, the first 6 pages are essentially Seiichi, the kid, having a dream about an event that happened in his past when he was maybe, I think it was he was 3, maybe 4, around that time. Him and his mom are walking down the street. They see a cat on the side of the road. Seiichi thinks that that cat is alive, goes up to it, pets it, turns out the cat is dead. Asks his mom why the cat feels cold. She's like, oh, it's dead, and essentially how that happened. If that was it, I don't think it would have worked. But the part that made me feel uncomfortable after the events, after he asked why is it dead, is this. This 2-page spread made me feel so fucking uncomfortable for the rest of the goddamn book. And that's this. That smile, that look, that, it literally is to the point where I did not know what was going to happen. It set up his mother as the person that was going to be it. You did not know how she was going to break, how she was going to do anything. You saw that smile in a question of why is this cat dead, instead of explaining, well, sometimes that happens. That fucking that's fucking terrifying. Son of a bitch. It leads to uncomfortableness. Every time she's on screen, not screen, but on a page, in a panel, you feel uncomfortable. You don't know how she's reacting, how she's doing this. The other aspects that I've said, the more realistic art, the no thought bubbles, just the body language. You do not know how she is going to do anything, and it's terrifying. But at the same time, you don't know what's going to happen by the end of the first volume. And that 2-page spread makes you uncomfortable for the rest until you finally realize what happens. And now I'm going to talk about the whole 4 volumes I've read now. Like I've said, Seiichi is just a normal 14-year-old boy. Maybe a mama's boy, but, kids are. Throughout the first volume, it's more or less just him going throughout his normal life. And it's, I think, summer vacation's about to start type deal. He has crushes, he has friends, he is a normal person. Essentially, he doesn't like his cousin all that much, it feels like, and neither does his mother, who doesn't like many people other than Seiichi. So, essentially, it's that first volume is a build-up. Certain aspects happen. The fucking family on his his father's side keeps coming into the picture. Seiichi's mom doesn't like them. Thinks that they kind of abandoned her. Just the thought process I feel like she has is that she doesn't like them because they don't really care about her. They only really care about how they look, essentially, to the outside world. I think I may be getting that a little bit wrong, but I don't know the inner workings of each character's mind. She also doesn't like the fact that her husband isn't around that much and is more or less just like, why do you keep asking me these things, but yet you're not there for the family? And it keeps building up. She gets more and more annoyed, and finally, the last fucking straw breaks. Seiichi's cousin, they are out on a fucking hike. They're with the close relatives of the father's side, and they are going out hiking. And Seiichi and his cousin go out and have a what is essentially go and man, I'm trying to think of a good way to explain it. They go out by a cliff, though earlier on Seiichi's mother is like, don't go too far, don't do that, essentially trying to coddle her son. But she eventually comes back to the cousins, to them, after the cousin goes to the cliff and be like, hey, come over to the cliff, it's not going to be so bad, type deal. Which technically, if you're being safe, it's perfectly fine. Though, I just felt uncomfortable the entire way up until that point. When Seiichi's mother comes up, you have had that build-up. You have had that moments where you're just like, what is going to happen? What is she doing? Why? Why is she there? And it's like, oh, okay, maybe I'm overreacting. Maybe it is not what I think is going to happen. And then he starts playing around on the edge of the fucking cliff, and he starts almost to fall. But she helps him. Nice, great aunt. Up until fucking he says something that he shouldn't have, and it's back to where we're looking. This I'm just like, oh shit, what's about to happen? There's the cat from the beginning, and it's almost as if Seiichi, who is back behind him, looking only at his cousin's face, looking at what's going to happen, and he's brought back to that one moment those years ago where he saw the dead cat. And it's just a fucking build-up. Just like, what's happening, Auntie? What's happening? And then She fucking pushes him off the cliff. She pushes her nephew off the cliff. That child goes free falling. God damn. It was at that moment I just started saying, what the fuck? What the fuck? What the fuck? What the fuck? I said that for a good solid 5 minutes as I kept on reading. And essentially, the rest of the family comes because she fucking starts screaming about going get the others, and then oh my god, I don't know how to articulate. She essentially lies to the others in the family about how she was, up to a point, as soon as she talks about, like, I go out to run to try and catch him after he was playing on the cliff. And then she doesn't say she saved him. No, she said she wasn't able to make it. Okay, I need to take a breather. God. So, essentially, fast forwarding, Seiichi doesn't rat on his mother. This is by the time Volume 2 is around to the police about what happened. But that guilt builds up. It's like, oh, what am I supposed to do? What am I supposed to say? She's my mother, but yet she kind of almost killed my cousin. And when I say she kind of almost did, he's technically brain dead at this point. He fell off. He survived. But he's not doing too good. Nope. He ain't doing too good. Don't know why I didn't grab these beforehand. He's not doing too good. You know. There's only a few seconds. Oh man. Oh god. Yeah. This is the cousin after they fall off. And, you know, at that point I was like, oh man, he's super dead, ain't he? Ain't he? He's super, super dead. He has to be. But then you find out, oh, he's still breathing. Which causes the fucking goddamn... I don't know what's happening. God fucking damn it. Like, that is so good. Oh my. So after that, the rest of Volume 2 is essentially just me being more and more uncomfortable. More and more just trying to figure out what's going to happen next. Why is these... Why? And then Volume 2 ends. Do you want to know how it ends? Fucking Volume 2 ends. So Seiichi essentially gets, likes a girl who gives him a letter, and his mom is like, what you got there? And she's like, let me see that. And then they open it up, and essentially, it's a love letter being like, hey, I want to be your girlfriend. And she's like, oh, that's nice. And you know what her reaction is? Instead of being happy for her goddamn son, she cries. She's fucking crying. And I'm just like, what? She's like, don't leave me. Don't do it. You can't. I won't accept it. Don't do it. And then she does it. He gets rid of the letter because, you know, he wants to be with her, but his mom is just like, no, don't. And they rip it up. And then And then... and then... they rip it up. And then... fucking... this shit! This has got the kiss of a motherly love! What the fuck is happening? At this point, 100%, Mother is unhinged. I knew that, but yet I was just like, it can't be getting that worse. It can't be that worse. It can't. And then I read Volume 3 right after it. Yeah, it got fucking worse. Volume 3 happens. And essentially, Seiichi, after the events that have been transpiring, cannot talk to people. He cannot fucking talk to anyone. And it's essentially just him. It's harder and harder for him to talk. And, you know, the events that his mom hates his dad. And is just like, hey, fucking stop. You know, filling out all the different things. And he is just creeped out about most things that are happening. And, you know, he's asked by the girl that he likes if you read the letter. He says yes, but he can't because mommy says no. And he's just so fucking terrified that he just doesn't know what's going to happen. And then fucking he comes home early from school. His mom and dad are arguing and being like, hey, come to the hospital, see, you know, your nephew, be like, and say, see his cousin. And after the argument and stuff, all that, she proceeds to fucking, it's like, oh, I'm right there for you. She's talking to fucking no one. And Seiichi's just fucking looking at her through the window from the, like, sliding glass door in the backyard, and he's just, and I'm just like, what the fuck is happening? And just like, this is happening. And my brother's calling. Alright, I'm back. Brother wanted to talk for an hour. Anyways, from there, just, like, the fucking end where he sees that, and then, you know, he goes, visits his cousin, because his father is like, hey, come with me. He sees his cousin, super brain dead. Super brain dead. He's brain dead. He brain dead. And, yeah, he, it's, God, he starts bawling. It's like an ugly fucking cry. Look at that ugly fucking cry. Look, that's the face of an ugly crier. And, like, at this point, he barely is starting to talk to anyone and is just like, it's not good. It's not great. And then, you know, his mom didn't know that he went to the hospital with his dad, even though his dad 100% said, hey, we're going to go to the hospital. But she's like, nuh-uh. And she's like, where were you? And it's like all the lights are out. It starts getting weird. And then this happens. Look at her face. Look at her fucking face. Oh my God. And she creepy. She's like, let's go. Let's run away. And then she tries to kiss him again. And he's like, nuh-uh. No. And he's like, I can't breathe. And she's like, what? It's okay. Throw it up. He pushes her away. And then fucking, it's all his fault. It's all his fault. That's what he thinks. Why did you push him? Why? Don't you run away. He's having a lot. And she's fucking like, is it okay if mommy dies? And I'm just like, what's happening? And then she fucking is like, hey, choke. You should do it then. Do it. Choke me like fucking corpse. But then she starts fucking choking him. And I'm just like, woman, What are you doing? What? And then the fucking face. That's what his mother's fucking choking him out. Damn. God damn. And then she just stops, gets up, and is like, who do you think you are? You're just a kid. And that's the end of Volume 3. Up until that point, by the time Volume 3 happened, I had absolutely no idea what the fuck Volume 4 is going to be about. And fuck. It's a lot. But then I did get to Volume 4, and I had hope. Volume 4 is essentially the only volume that I felt relatively hopeful by the end. So, essentially, by the events of his mother fucking choking him, and the events of him watching his mom push his cousin off the fucking cliff, the manipulation that she is putting him through. He can't talk to anyone. It just comes out as gurgled sounds, essentially. And he's just like, I don't know what's going to happen. I don't know. And then he fucking breaks it. It's not great. But his girlfriend, who eventually does become his girlfriend, was like, hey, life's shitty. I have a shitty life. Let's be together. I do. I was so happy. I was really happy. Let's date. Let's date. He confesses being my girlfriend. It's great. It's happy. I'm starting to feel light and happy and free. But of course, his mom doesn't really like him being out away. And, it's like, he starts lying to his mom, being like, nah. He starts talking again, which is great. And then they start walking home, spending more time together. Yeah. His mom doesn't really like it. He starts disobeying his mom, starts pushing her away, because, she's fucking insane. Yep, it's not great. And then this fucking happens. Her standing over his fucking bed. It's not great. It's not great. It feels more and more agitation and all that. And then also, like, her talking about him, like, her life and about her dad and all that. It's great. It's really great. It's nice and loving, and his mom fucking shows up and is like, what the fuck are you doing? We're gonna attack that. Gonna mess you up. And essentially they start running, and he starts freaking out. And, he starts freaking out, but she's there to calm him down. And she's like, get away from my son. Get away from Sei. And what the fuck? She's like, what do you mean that you ripped up my letter? Why would you do that? What did you do to Seiichi? What do you know, girl? And essentially she starts moving towards her. And, Seiichi, at that point, is like, don't fucking do it. Go away. I don't need you here. Fucking leave. And it still made me feel uncomfortable because of this fucking shit. But yeah. I remember this. This is the face of someone that's about to kill shit. She walks away though, And yeah, they at the end, she's like, let's run away. And that's the end of volume 4. This is a very truncated process, but by the end of volume 4, I had a little bit of hope. Tiny bit. That being said, I have absolutely no idea how volume 5 is going to turn out. I legitimately do not know. Based off of how the other 4 volumes have gone, I have absolutely no fucking idea how it's going to turn out, what's going to happen, what the fuck she's going to do, and it is lovely. That's what you're supposed to do with psychological horrors. You're supposed to make it so difficult to figure out what's going to happen next that you don't know what's going to happen. It keeps you on your fucking toes, man. Oh, yeah. It's good. Go read it. Go read it. If you watched this video and you decided to do that. Oh. Okay. I'm going to come down a bit and come back on screen. Alright. That's the end of the video. This is a different take that I want to do on Manga Talks. If you do like how I did this, and you do like Blood and Tracks, go down, keep it down below. If you did like it, don't put spoilers in the comments in case you don't want, I don't want people to be spoiled from it. I'd rather they go out and read it. Solid. Really solid. Go out. Yeah, but if you like this different format where I actually speak heavily on what is happening within the manga itself, spoilers and all that, go on, leave in the comments why you like it, or if you like my old style better. I am all about trying to grow, and as such. If you didn't like me rambling, it was hard to convey how much Blood on the Tracks freaked me the fuck out. This series freaked me out more than all of like Junji Ito's work, all of Wes Craven, like it. This fucked me up. So yeah, if you liked my video, go ahead, leave a like button. If you didn't like that video, go ahead, hit that dislike button. If you want to see more of my stuff, hit that subscribe button to keep up to date. There will be more manga that I've talked about. Yeah, that's it. Go out, read manga. If you want to read Blood on the Tracks, I highly recommend it. It will freak you the fuck out. So, go out, read manga, have a nice day, life, whatever. Go out. Bye!